All right, this video is not going to be my normal, highly edited, highly produced video. This is just off the cuff. It's a message that I shared with my little brother Scott that I feel almost obligated to share with you guys because I think there's real value in it for my audience, which is social media. It's become very clear to me that it may not be the easiest pathway to success for everybody, but I think it is the clearest or the most obvious way that people can achieve success. And it really doesn't matter how you define success, right? Maybe it's your net worth, the amount of money you make, your network, who you know. Maybe it's your reputation. Social media, which is a marketing tool at its core, can allow you to influence all of these things, help you to achieve the success, whatever that may be, that you want in your life, right? And I'll give you a couple examples of this too. It really doesn't matter if your social media is big or not. Just keeping your foot on the gas and being relentless can really allow you opportunities in such a short time frame that a lot of other hustles, I guess, wouldn't or couldn't. I'll give you an example of this. My buddy Emmanuel, his channel hasn't even hit 1,000 subscribers yet. It's still a new channel, right? Like mine. And I can't step on his release date here, but he just got an interview with one of the biggest names in sports right now. That's all I can say, right? He's done interviews with NFL athletes, fighters, comedians, but now it's going to be one of the bigger names in the sports world. And again, he has about 1,300 or 1,400 followers on Instagram, and he's got under 700 subscribers on YouTube. How did he do that, right? Leveraging quality content on his platform, being consistent, being a good people person, and trying to leverage his network as he built it, right? So you look at that and you say, okay, that's something that anybody can do, even if you don't have a whole lot of money. You can hop on social media and put out good content, right? Even if you don't have a big network or a lot of money, you can start somewhere. That was something really eye-opening to me. Let's talk about my buddy Scott. Scott just got his Instagram account to 7,000 followers, right? It's probably bigger than most people. But even when it was at, I think, 1,200 followers, that's when he got his first shout out from Alex Eubank, which is a fitness creator who has over 1 million followers, right? So Scott, one of his people that he really loves in his kind of niche, you know, one of his fitness, I don't want to say idols, but somebody that he looks up to, he got a shout out from just by being consistent on social media and tagging the guy, right? That's a new opportunity. He actually went and met Alex Eubank too, but that's a different conversation. I say all of this to say, man, even me, myself, let's look at me, man. I went to college for 4 years, right? A lot of people that'll say social media is not a real job, they'll go, oh, you know, go get your education, go get a trade, do something real with your life. Social media is not real work. Well, let's talk about real, right? What's real is that I spent 4 years in the education system, 4 years in college, got a communication degree, advertising and PR, and all the jobs when I got out, even though I spent $40,000 on a degree, were offering me jobs where I'd make like $30,000 a year. You know, they're offering me $12 an hour, $14 an hour, $15 an hour. Nothing really that great, right? I said, okay, all right, that's cool. I'm not gonna take it. So I went inside for the last year and a half, man. Ran up my Instagram, one of them, to over 30,000 followers, and then I ran up my YouTube channel to now 1,400 followers. Nothing that crazy, right? Just hard work and dedication for a year and a half, right? And now I'm getting paid between 25 and 30 an hour, right? So you have to look at that and go, oh, this man just doubled his income, not by getting a master's degree or something, not by going out and spending all this money, not by doing X, Y, Z. The reason I was able to get that is because I was consistent on social media, learning every day as much as I could and sharing that with people, just not being afraid to talk about what I learned and what I know. So how real is that for you, right? Social media is not a real job. Well, it got me at my job paid double what I was being offered. Okay, that's the second part. Social media is not easy, okay? I talked to my buddy Scott about this. He was stuck at 5K followers on Instagram for probably a month, and now he's going up like 200, 300, 400, 500 followers a day, right? Social media, there are ruts, and then there are times where you're like, holy crap, dude, like what is happening? The algorithm picks you up, you're getting pushed out there. You gotta keep your head in the game, man. Me and Scott had a bunch of friends, and I don't mean to put anybody on blast, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck here. When I got my Instagram account to over 30,000 followers, and then Scott started his, and he went up to, I think, about 3K pretty quick, a lot of our friends were like, oh man, let's start Instagram accounts. What are these guys doing, right? I think every single one of these people that did that posted for maybe a month or two and then stopped. The results weren't coming fast enough. So this again goes back to what I said earlier, which is social media, in my opinion, is one of the clearest paths that you can take to success, but that doesn't make it the easiest path, right? You got to be consistent. You got to keep working hard, and you really can't quit on yourself, right? And one thing that I do want to say about that too, I was talking to an older person this week about social media, and they had a real kind of negative or skeptical view on social media, which is social media is a drug. I do want to say that, man. Social media is like alcohol, right? For some people, you can enjoy a glass of wine with dinner, you know, the occasional drink with the boys. It's not a big deal. For some people, they become alcoholics and they're chugging 40 beers and driving cars and doing shit that they regret, or that's not good, right? Social media is the same way. I really feel like, to a degree, you have to figure out for yourself, you know, what is my tolerance to this drug? Is this something that I can disconnect from when it's time, or is it something that controls me? Do I have control of it, or does it control me? And that's one thing that as a creator, you're gonna have a hard time doing. There's no way around that. Is if you are seriously hustling on this platform, you're gonna have to go all in. You're gonna really have to dedicate some time to social media. You're probably not gonna have that balanced relationship with that drug for a while. And that's something I wanna say to you guys is, you know, you do have to sacrifice to a degree if you wanna use it to its full potential. If you want social media to take you to the next level, you're gonna have to use it in a way that it's not being used, or use it more than other people are using it, which, you know, can affect your mental health. But nonetheless, let me not get too derailed here. Social media is not easy, man. It's really not. But I do believe that it's one of the clearest paths for you to get to success. And oftentimes when I was a kid, I used to look at my parents and go, why didn't you guys invest in Amazon in 1999? You know, I would always wonder that. And I think for our kids, they're going to say the same thing about us. Why didn't you guys grow a social media, a YouTube channel, when it was so easy to make a living off of it? And right now you're going, so easy, what are you talking about? Dude, it's only going to get harder. It's only going to get more saturated online the more time goes on. So in my opinion, I think if you're even considering social media, or if it's something you've been in and out with, you should commit to it, and you should just keep going and not stop, right? Don't have one foot in, don't have one foot out. Decide what it's going to be, right? You're either going to dive into it or you're going to bow out. But if you have one foot in, you're kind of tiptoeing, dude, you're just wasting time.